Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, people are going to love that sound in there.
You gotta stop.
Nah, can't stop. Won't stop.
So what up, playa?
Playa. What up, Playa Vista?
Playa Vista.
Playa Vista.
How you doing, man?
Hold on. You guys talk. Let me just take 1 or 2 more bites.
You got it. What up, Anthony? How you been, bud? I feel like I didn't talk to you in a while.
I'm good. What have I been doing?
Dude, Anthony hates you, bro.
I had a feeling you did.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to say it live, but yeah, I do. I do hate you.
I thought so.
It's not a lot. Like, I hate other people more for sure.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
But
I mean, I hate everybody a certain amount, you know, a healthy amount.
I would put Cody pretty up there with the people
you hate?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the feeling's
No,
mutual,
I don't.
pal.
Well, the line between hate and love is very thin.
Should I pull a Nico White and just chew and talk the whole time like this?
Yeah. That dude was eating like chewy candy or something.
What up, dog?
What up, young?
Cody, I don't really hate you. I feel like sometimes you think I'm serious when
I don't at all
totally
think that you
kidding.
hate me.
That's too bad.
If I thought you genuinely hated me, I would probably not be as thrilled to podcast with you.
Really? You wouldn't stick it out?
If Anthony hated my guts?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't want to put myself in that environment.
Dude, the show must go on, bro.
Yeah, I don't work with people I hate.
Ooh. I mean, that's
All right.
sometimes impossible to avoid.
Yeah, well, today's not that day.
No. You're wearing a nice shirt. I know you've worn it before, but perfect for today.
Yeah, I wore it for today. Yes.
Big time facts, my dude.
Yeah, Cody's wearing a Susan Sarandon shirt. And it's because today we're talking about the movie Stepmom.
Dude, that movie.
That movie slaps, bro.
That movie slaps. Ain't no valley low, ain't no mountain high.
That movie, I'm like not even gonna lie. I saw in theaters, like
Me too.
with a friend, not even like with my parents or something.
Oh.
Like legit with like my boy, and I don't know why. I really don't know why we went to go see it, but we did.
You're like, yo, let's go see Stepmom. I heard it's legit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I heard this shit is straight fire, dude.
Dude, I went and I saw it on VHS. I waited till VHS for it.
It was too fuego for me to turn down, so I had to go.
No.
Julia Roberts, Susie Sarandon.
Julia Roberts, Susan Sarandon, death. Like the three.
I mean, what else do you need in a movie?
Yeah, what more do you need in a movie?
That really is cinema, if you ask us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So how many Joe Pesci's for Stepmom, the movie?
Easy 6.
6.
Dude, I'd have to if I'm being honest, I ain't watched that movie since I was probably a kid.
Cody, nobody
Me
has.
too. This is pure. Yeah, nobody has.
Cody, nobody has.
Well, what's up, my peoples? It's been a long time.
Shouldn't left you.
I'm pretty excited to talk today.
Dude,
I mean, wait a minute. You're really not going to give us a Joe Pesci score for Stepmom?
me?
Just off of memory, Cody. Off of memory.
You have to give a number.
5.
Ugh. Come on. It deserves a 6.
Nah, man. If it would have got a 6 if Susie would have beaten cancer.
Oh no, are you kidding me? I don't want to see that. If King T'Challa can't even beat cancer, there's no way Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying Susan Sarandon couldn't take T'Challa in a fight?
So that's actually a question I've been asking myself for a long time. If you were to give Susan Sarandon the heart-shaped herb, could she go toe-to-toe with T'Challa in a fist fight?
Easy money.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I think so,
sure.
too.
I mean, it's simple mathematics. They both died from cancer.
That is simple mathematics. I mean,
Yeah, it's just quantum mathematics. Yeah, that's amazing.
Do you guys want to talk about the drombs that we got bombs we got dropped on us yesterday?
Did your dyslexia kick in there for a second?
Yeah, dude, I fucking fell apart for a second.
Dude, well, not only bombs, but drama. So in many ways, it was droms.
Drums, drama bombs.
Yeah, drama bombs.
the drums be dropping.
Well, yeah, let's get into what the DC universe, the DC cinematic universe, is slowly becoming or unbecoming based on.
So, did they make James Gunn the Kevin Feige of DC?
Yeah, it's him and Peter Safran, who
Yep.
I think is another big movie wig exec kind of dude.
Mm.
Yeah.
So they're supposed. James Gunn even tweeted. He was like, I think he said in like 2 to 3 months they will reveal their supposed like master plan. Because like that's what they're doing right now. Like James Gunn is literally organizing and seeing like what the series of events of movies are going to be.
Jake, would you say James Gunn is basically rearranging the hierarchy of power in the DC universe?
I mean, yeah, I think it's safe to say that the hierarchy of power within the DC cinematic universe
is changing yet again.
as far as actual movies being made, is being changed yet again. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
The Rock was right. Damn it.
The Rock was right. Dude. So actually, supposedly, I read this, like WB like executives were not thrilled with The Rock leaking that Henry Cavill was in Black Adam.
Yeah, like because it doesn't seem like Snyderverse, anybody Snyderverse related is gonna be their characters going forward.
Yeah, well, so basically they're even saying that like Black Adam 2 is probably not going to happen, which is like kind of disappointing.
That's
to be
insane.
honest. I thought like I don't know. I'm
fine, honestly.
I'm not dying for it, but like it's almost like what is the point?
Would have been fine with another one.
What is the point of like the few good things they've put out, like even existing at this point?
I mean, they're just hard booting.
Yeah,
They're gonna cut their losses and start afresh with the James Gunn verse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was gonna say like we didn't give a shit about Wonder Woman 84. Everyone I talked to thought it was terrible. So the fact that there's not gonna be a 3, that's not shocking to me.
God.
It's like fine, like start over. Or
Woe
whatever.
is me.
Oh no.
Yeah, like it's not the end of the world
Wonder
for that
Woman
one.
sequel.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, Patty Jenkins made a big old stinker.
It is kind of cool
Yeah.
that like even like the comic book industry itself, especially like DC, they've rebooted their shit a lot of times.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see like they're doing the same thing with the movies.
Yeah, they're basically this is basically the cinematic version of the New 52.
Oh yeah, though I hope we don't see that.
Yeah. Same.
Crisis of Infinite movie reboots.
Yeah. I mean, how do you guys feel about James Gunn helming the future? I mean, not obviously he's not going to direct or write every movie, but definitely produce like Kevin Feige. So, how do you feel about like it's going to be his vision for the future DC universe?
I'm kind of pumped.
Yeah, I think it fits him.
I think
he's a guy that has a lot of creative direction that like is true to the comics. You know, he's that guy.
I just don't want to see every property have James Gunn humor in it. Like I still want the Batman to be like the Batman and not
but
I agree.
James Gunn version.
But like let James Gunn helm the Justice League and and Suicide Squad and things of that nature. We'll give somebody, just treat it like you would the comic industry. You know what I mean? James Gunn is the overarching head honcho that's like guiding the ship, but then you got like somebody else who's in charge of the Batman franchise, somebody else in charge of the Superman franchise, somebody else in front of, you know what I mean? But like kind of under James Gunn's umbrella.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of different.
James Gunn should be taking notes from Cody Feige.
A lot of different flavors, you know, with a great director directing, like guiding the ship.
Right. Like James Gunn has said, like they're still, like Jake said, they're planning it out. He also said today that a lot of the news that came out in that report, like some of it's true, some of it they only just decided or they haven't decided on yet. He's like, and some of it is not true at all. But the most interesting thing to me is the fact that Jason Momoa might just start playing Lobo. Man. And I feel like he's going to be so much better as Lobo than Aquaman. I feel like that's a cool switch.
I don't give a shit about Lobo.
That's the thing is like I don't really give a shit about Lobo because I don't think he's like one to carry his entire franchise. But I don't
no. But if James Gunn made a Lobo movie, see that makes sense to me. Like that seems like the fusion of a lot of cool like people meeting up. Like Jason Momoa, like he's a funny guy. Like if you see him in interviews and stuff, he always plays like the tough dude. But like
he seems like he's pretty chill.
He wasn't bad as Aquaman, but he could be. He's just not Aquaman to me. I don't know.
He's too like, all right.
Yeah,
he's too cool to be Aquaman. I guess.
No, Aquaman's what? Jason Momoa just isn't like he's not going to play like royalty. You know what I mean? Like he's just not.
Excuse me, Khal Drogo?
Yeah, but that was like of a wild tribe, not like
dude,
what?
Some real colonial vibes. I'm getting
what's
from
that?
You, dog?
I'm just saying. like I don't want him. I don't want my Aquaman to be a surf bro.
Yeah, no, I get.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like that either.
Yeah, dude, because like I remember in Justice League, there's a part where like who catches him? Somebody catches him. He's like, all right,
Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg.
No, he goes, my man.
Yeah, my man. I was like, I don't picture Aquaman doing that.
Yeah. My man. That's
just like the Kool-Aid man was there pretty much.
The Kool-Aid man is Aquaman.
Dude, what if Jason Momoa played the Kool-Aid man in a live action adaptation?
Shit.
Him bursting down walls?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to
like, is there a lore behind the Kool-Aid man?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make up lore. Ooh, we should do that on a podcast. We should make up the lore for the Kool-Aid man.
That's hilarious.
There's definitely been Family Guy episodes where you see him like with his Kool-Aid man family.
Yeah.
And they try to like give him some backstory, but we could do better than Family Guy.
Sorry, I don't really aspire to Family Guy levels of humor. I've laughed at Family Guy, and like for sure some things are funny. But,
dude, and if you think in like 05, 06, I wasn't a big old Family Guy slut.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I was in there.
I never became too hard of a slut. Like I've never watched an entire season, to be honest.
Oh, I watched like the first like 4.
Yeah, I bought the DVDs when I was younger and I would rewatch the shit out of those. Like original seasons.
Jake Booms would often buy the DVDs, and so I would just like watch the seasons with him.
Nice.
Guys, this is changing. The hierarchy of power is definitely going to change after hearing this news. I think one day we should take shots every time someone says the hierarchy.
Yes. Oh my god.
Dude, at this rate, we'd be shit-faced.
We would die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Yo, that would be so cool if we could like be in the same room together. We buy a bottle of The Rock's tequila and we do that.
Ooh, okay.
The hierarchy of power is changing.
Yeah. Because it comes up organically. We're not forcing that in. You know, it's just coming.
It's almost becoming like a tick for me at this point.
Yeah, get rid of the Snyderverse. Just get rid of it. I don't want Batfleck.
I'm down with that, but I'm not gonna lie. I was really psyched for Henry Cavill to come back as Superman, and now it seems like he might not even like that. Just might be it.
Yeah, I hope it's not it. I hope he comes back.
I really like him as Superman.
I agree.
And he's still young enough. He could play Superman forever, dude. Especially Kingdom Come Superman. You know.
Yeah,
like he'd be a good Kingdom Come Superman with the white hairs right here, fucking Reed Richards style.
Yeah. Did you guys also see that James Gunn posted? I don't think it was like a reference like they're making a Kingdom Come movie or anything, but he posted like a panel from Kingdom Come, like where Superman's like he has a whole league behind him. It's like a huge ass picture. He's like at the table. I wanted to say the Table of Justice. It's not called the Table of Justice, but
I mean, it might as well be called. It's in the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
The Table of Justice.
But I thought that was cool because we love Alex Ross's art. We love Kingdom Come. We love Cody's shirt.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that's what we're talking about today, boys.
Yes.
That 15-minute intro led us to here.
This very moment. Well, today we are discussing DC's Kingdom Come by Alex Ross and David Waid. Is that right? Mark Waid?
Mark Waid.
Mark
Waid.
Waid. This is Comics and Chronic. You already know who it is. Cody Cannon, Anthony Iannaccio, me, Jake FH. We're hot. We're moist. And we want to get into it.
Yeah, this is one of the first graphic novels I bought, and I haven't reread it since purchasing. So this...
Oh, wow.
It's been like a really great couple days for me.
Yes.
Nice. I've read this a few times. This must have been like my fifth time reading this. I've read this comic a lot.
This is like my second and a half, third time.
Nice. That's not a brag. I've just like read it. Like it's the kind of comic, like as an early comic reader, it was one of the first I picked up because it's like, wow, it has like everybody. This is going to be a great, superhero comic because you got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. You have people that you'll never be able to point out. Like you'll never be able to name them. There's so many characters in this book.
There's legit people I've never heard of. I still don't even know. Like I'm just like, man, like DC just has mad fucking characters.
Yeah.
A lot of them are actually, they are DC characters, but a lot of them are just like made up, like by Mark Waid or Alex Ross. Like so I have like the Absolute Edition, and in the back, I didn't read all of these at all. I was just like, skimming through it, and it was.
But it has everybody labeled in their description and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And it's like, oh, I made up this guy when I was 10 years old. So I was like, Alex Ross, can you paint him? And he's like, okay.
That's awesome.
So like a lot of them, like you're just like, who the fuck is that?
That being said, one of my only complaints about it is at times that they didn't need that many. I know like the whole plot of it is there's just like way too many metahumans and they're out of control. And there's not even, most of them aren't even villains. They're just like, people
misguided.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're like heroes and vigilantes, but because their actions are so harsh, they border on almost not being able to tell the difference between villain and hero.
Yeah.
They cause crazy damage to the city without care for civilian life. Like,
right.
Yeah. But like, so that being said, there are times when there was just like too much on the panels.
I fucking completely agree. Like it did like throw me off at times. I'm like, too much is going on. Too much.
I kind of like that. I also think it's really impressive that as an artist, he can even put that much on one single page. Like that's beastly.
Yeah, but it was
from just like a drawing standpoint to be able to put that much in a panel. Like, damn, that's impressive.
For sure. But it was kind of like hard to discern who was who sometimes, and that's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was just like overcrowded, and you know what I mean? Like sometimes most of the time it worked, but there were like a handful of pages in particular where I was just like, this is so much, But that being said,
yeah, I would say in the final battle, there are some panels that are definitely I could point out.
Oh, see, the final battle, I feel like he kind of cleaned it up a little more. I would argue it's more like at the beginning and the middle when all those like metahumans are just kind of running amok.
I get what you mean, though, but that's not to say it was bad. It was just like
yeah,
I'm on the same page.
I just wanted to get my only grievance out the way. Jake, you want to hit us with the plot line, bubby?
Well, yeah, pretty much. This is actually. Did you guys know? I didn't know this honestly until like maybe the second time I read it. But this is an Elseworlds comic.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I also like about this because it's a one shot. It's not necessarily like canonical in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it doesn't take place in. Yeah, I like that it's not canonical.
Yeah, I find DC's one shots to be pretty fucking awesome, more or less.
Yeah. Although Kingdom Come, a lot of the elements pop up again, characters, because it's DC, the fucking multiverse. So even though it's Elseworlds, like one of the Flashes will pop up. Even if you get no backstory in Kingdom Come, these characters pop up in other places. Like you'll see
I'm
maybe.
not talking about other places. I'm talking about like this is a pretty isolated like 4-issue story. Like what you're reading in the comic is what you're getting.
4 long issues.
Yeah, there are pretty long.
Yeah, but it like introduces things that like DC later takes, like Red Robin, for instance. Like Red Robin is like, this is, you know, he later, Tim Drake becomes Red Robin, but in this it's like Dick Grayson. It's the first time you see the Red Robin costume. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I also love how Green Lantern looks in this.
Yeah,
Dude, he looks insane.
He turns himself like into the lantern.
Yeah. Well, he has like this crazy armor like looking shit.
It's the lantern that's around him. Like he's the lantern.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that.
Yeah.
and he has that huge emerald palace above Earth.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
So pretty much synopsis, this is like a dystopian future, more or less. The heroes that we all know and love, the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, everyone, they're more or less gone, retired. Some of them might even be dead.
Or in Wonder Woman's case, kind of like exiled from her community.
Exiled. Yeah, she got banned from her island of Amazons.
Yeah, dishonored.
Stripped of her title of princess.
Yeah. So there's a new breed of metahuman vigilantes, and a lot of them are young. All their methods are like way too harsh. They're just kind of like cowboys with it. They're like, yeah, I'm so and so, and like, pew, like we'll blow up a block by accident. It's almost like, it seems like to me after reading it again, like it would be like what happens if you give like Jake Paul superpowers.
Yeah, they're also like, you know, like if the 90s version of everybody continued and that's how comics like stuck, you know, like in the 90s everyone had like bulky art, like Magog, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like the Superman replacement, but he's like this dude with like, you know who he reminded me of in X-Men? Cable has like the evil clone Strife. He looked like Strife, right? He has like gray hair. He has like almost a glowy, fucked up, scarred eye. He has like this bulky, big armor.
The ram's horns or whatever.
The ram's horn, yeah, like it's so metal, but also so 90s, and it goes against like Superman aesthetic, you know? Like it's very much like old school versus new school.
Yeah, because all the old school characters are still rocking their golden age.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, Batman has like the robotic bat suit, but more for like functionality.
Here's the robotic exoskeleton.
Yeah, because that's the only way he can hang, because he's a peepaw.
He's a peepa.
Wait, we didn't finish doing the synopsis.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right. Basically, new breed of heroes. The old heroes come out of retirement for one reason or another and start to arrest Superman pretty much starts to arrest these new vigilante and villains and put them in this prison he made called the Gulag.
The Gulag.
And then, but of course, as in classic fashion, Lex Luthor and I forgot what it's called. It's not called the Legion of Doom.
Mankind Liberation Front. Or
there we go. Yeah,
front,
the MLF. Yeah. The Mankind Liberation Front. I kind of like that name, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically like,
you know, one of the I'm sorry, I was gonna say, so like that group, it has Catwoman, it has Riddler, Vandal Savage, and I didn't know this until I read like some of the appendix in the back of the book. There's
Ra's al Ghul's grandson or son.
Ra's al Ghul's,
right?
It's Bruce Wayne's and Talia's son.
Yeah, it's like the original Damien before Damien. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, facts. Big time facts.
Because this is from 1996.
Yeah.
I have to keep reminding myself that. Like, Justice came way later. I always connect. It's not connected to Justice, just like Alex Ross is involved in both. But I always forget it's like such an a lot of comics took from Kingdom Come.
Yeah. So then basically Lex Luthor pretty much gets involved. Is up to no good. And now it's a classic battle of the Justice League put together with some new members, and they take on Lex Luthor. And honestly, what I loved about this comic, like straight up, Captain Marvel, very central character to this story, and the hero of the comic book, low key.
Yeah,
you forgot the whole thing about the pastor and the Spectre.
Oh
yeah, Norman McKay.
Basically, he and the Spectre are just like playing witness.
They have to pass judgment because the end of the world is coming.
Right. The very first page of the book, like what Kingdom Come does is like trying to combine in a cool way a lot of the generations of comics. Like the very first page of the book, you're seeing a dream, which Norman will see, but the original Sandman is having. Not the Sandman, Neil Gaiman Sandman. It's like
Wesley Dodds.
Wesley Dodds Sandman.
With the mask.
And the first and the first thing you see is a giant bat fighting like a golden eagle with the American flag. So when you saw that, what does it make you guys think is going to happen at the end of the story?
Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman. Yeah.
Superman, right?
Yeah.
Right? But it's Wonder Woman. And apparently Mark Waid is so pissed that everyone thought it was going to be Superman. But it's Wonder Woman, and it is Wonder Woman. She's wearing the golden armor, and she's the one that fights Batman in the sky at the end.
Yeah.
And she has the American flag.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman goes hardcore and starts murking people.
Yeah.
She ain't having a shit.
I just thought that was funny that Mark Waid's just like, everyone says it's Superman, but it's Wonder Woman. And he's like, I thought that was cool because it kind of swerves you. Because, yeah, you do expect the final matchup to be Batman, Superman. In a way it is, but it's not in this one.
Yeah, it's Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman versus Shazam. Or Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So like you were saying, Jake, yeah, Shazam is in this one.
I like Shazam.
Love him.
Also, this is another instance where Wonder Woman is really hardcore in the comic and doesn't compare to her cinematic version at all.
Yeah, she's brutal.
Yep. I love brutal Wonder Woman.
I want to see, like, dude, if they're going to scrap Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I want to see, like, a new, tough, like, muscle-bound actress, honestly.
Yeah.
Because Alex
That would be
Ross,
sick.
both in Justice and Kingdom Come, draws Wonder Woman, like, pretty jacked.
Yeah. Our girl's a beefcake.
Exactly. Beefy.
Beefy 1D.
Yeah, it's like 80% lean beef.
But yeah.
But this comic is also the first time she has that golden armor too, which is
Yeah, I do like
iconic.
classic golden armor.
Yeah, her magical sword even cuts Superman.
Yeah. You see his finger bleed.
Dude, I like Superman has the fucking ponytail.
Yeah, dude. He looked
Yeah,
pretty
right.
dope as an old man.
Yeah, dude, that's what I love about this comic is when Wonder Woman goes to like recruit Superman and like he's on a farm, he's baling hay and all this shit. And then you see that he's actually in the Fortress of Solitude and it's all like a hologram
Yeah.
and shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's like, it was low-key sad as fuck. I was like, damn.
It's sad, yeah.
Yes.
It's truly a fortress of solitude.
Yeah.
Also because was it his fight with Magog that resulted in a nuclear explosion and like destroying half the Midwest?
No, Magog's fight with Parasite.
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
No. So like in current day, Magog fights Parasite in Kansas, right? That's not what causes Superman to go into retirement, though. The retirement
What causes him to go?
Magog killed Joker.
Magog killed Joker, and then Magog challenges. So Joker kills Lois Lane. So Joker decides in the future to attack Metropolis. Superman doesn't really do shit about the Joker. He kills Lois Lane. Then Magog kills the Joker. Everyone loves that Magog killed the Joker. It's like, it's a turning point. It's like, again, 90s comics, like saying, hey,
The hierarchy of power.
take a shot. If you're listening at work, find some alcohol, take a shot. But like everyone loves Magog, and Magog's like, Soups, let's have a fight. And Superman's like, fuck, why does everyone like this guy now? Like, you guys suck. Like, and he just retires. And like you were saying, Jake, part of the plot is that like all the other superheroes follow his lead. They're like, fuck, if Superman, the guy who's all about hope, is just like, fuck this, like, I guess it's time to move on.
Yeah.
So present day, what makes him come out of retirement is what you guys said. So yeah, they're fighting Parasite, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, and they rip open the suit of like the Atom or something like that.
No. It's,
Captain
Captain
Atom.
Atom.
Yeah.
Is it Captain Atom? Shit.
Yeah, it's that dude.
And then boom.
That's what I'm saying. In Kingdom Come, like you'll get like very brief glimpses, and they don't always directly say what's happening. But that guy's Captain Atom. Yeah.
Yeah, and then boom, completely blows up the Midwest.
All of like, also the world economy gets tanked. Like all the food supply of the world is fucked because of
Yeah.
that. Shit is tough.
It's hard living in the DC universe.
Dude.
But I love that, like, this is a great tour of the DC universe. Again, a good comic to pick up if you want to get a nice, like, cameo of everyone here and there.
I think,
Like,
Yeah, you'll see.
the Spectre
We've talked about like
is a big.
quintessential like single character comics. I would say this is like a quintessential Justice League comic.
I would 100%
Yes.
agree.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I would say top 3, just if not number 1.
Ooh.
Well, which is probably the second one is honestly Justice, also by Alex Ross. So I feel like,
Yeah.
like yeah, those are the top Justice League comics.
I concur.
Definitely go very well together.
What would you say is number 3, Anthony?
Wait, Kingdom Come, Justice, and out of the best Justice League comics?
Yeah.
Like storylines or arcs or whatever.
I might go with Grant Morrison's first arc of his Justice League where they have to fight the White Martians, because that really got me into like modern day Justice League comics. I was like, ooh, I like this story.
I did not even read that story.
I don't even know what that is.
Ooh, it's so good.
White Martians, dude? Why they gotta be white?
What would you guys say?
There was one I read. Damn.
I really don't know.
But, yeah,
Off the top of my
know.
head, I really don't know.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. They can't name a third Justice League comic.
Is there even a third?
Justice League.
Is there even a
It's been going on for decades,
There's
dude.
only two.
Yeah.
It's one of the oldest comics ever.
Oh, okay, I have read this one actually. It's Justice League for New 52 actually.
Ooh, that was a good Justice League run. I like that one.
Yeah, I read that. That was good.
Who did that one?
Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
And Jim Lee does the original run with him, and that was really cool too. I loved his redesigns.
Yeah, I read that too, actually.
I love Jim Lee's art.
God, he's so good.
That might be.
And then Scott Snyder has a really good Justice League run. That was a modern one I really liked.
I didn't read it, but I should.
You should, yeah. It's very much like the animated series. He has that roster, and I love that roster.
Nice. That's a sick roster.
That's a classic roster. Is that with Jon Stewart as Green Lantern?
Yep.
Dude,
Nice.
the Justice League animated series fucked so hard.
Yep.
Also, our boy Kevin Conreezy.
Yeah.
Yep.
The legend.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
So there's one thing that I wanted to bring up that really upset me.
Ooh, what? I hope it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, me too.
When they go to the diner at the end, Superman orders a milk and fucking Batman orders a steak well done. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
Well done.
Batman's a man of privilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think he gets a steak well done? You're high.
I don't know. So this is what I'm thinking. You got to remember, this is also the future, as we know from the Magog parasite fight. A lot of the Midwest, where cows and beef is made, is probably still slightly irradiated. So by getting it well done, he actually gets rid of more radiation than anyone else if you were to order it like medium rare, medium. Bruce Wayne is on that next level thinking.
But I do, but I do like that. I think it's hilarious and very like golden age of Superman to order a milk to drink.
Yeah, very much so. I was going to say what really pissed me off was the fact that, once again, like they do this all the time. And even behind the scenes, the reason is because like you just can't add him to the equation because it fucks everything up. Martian Manhunter they nerfed the fuck out of him in this. They just say he read everyone's mind and like his mind snapped and now he's unusable. Did you guys catch that?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah. Well, he couldn't even phase.
He's stuck in human form. He's like not even an alien anymore.
And well, he can't even touch things. He's like permanently phased, so he's not like a physical being anymore.
Oh, well, no, maybe. I like how the Flash was drawn, and it's implied that he's now almost like in Dr. Manhattan style, living both in past, present, and future, and that's why there's like so many of him.
Yeah, like
he's phasing through time.
Yeah, the Martian Manhunter wasn't like unfazed.
I thought he couldn't because I thought he was invisible and listened to some people.
No, you're confusing it with the Spectre. What's going on with him? I think. No, Martian Manhunter. He's stuck as detective, like his Detective John Jones version. They say he was reading everyone's mind. His mind snapped, and he's just like he's not catatonic, but he's just kind of like a shell of like himself.
Yeah,
like you see Batman talking to him. Like I think everyone sees him.
Yeah, but I think like when Batman's talking to him, I don't think he like can pick things up and stuff. Like I think when he snapped, he's just like phasing through shit.
Oh, maybe I just didn't catch that. But either way, my point is that it pisses me off because he would be so helpful, obviously, in this battle. But like the battle is between Superman and Shazam. Like Martian Manhunter is Superman basically. So like if he helps them, they win very easily.
Mm.
Mark Waid literally said, he's like, we had to do something about Martian Manhunter. Like, we wanted to include him, but if we actually like let him use his powers, then because like the big thing about the story is like golden age kind of versus the new age. Like Shazam represents like the super like golden age. Like
he's grown up. He just looks like a human version of Captain Marvel.
Billy Batson, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like his Shazam self. Yeah, he's no longer a kid, Billy Batson.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I think is my favorite. I think it's fucking hilarious that they're like, you know what? We're not going to judge anybody except for that poor kid who was abducted and tortured and brainwashed into adulthood. That's the only person that's going to have to face judgment.
It's fucked up, but it makes sense story-wise just because like I was saying, like the stories about like the new age, like superheroes are fucking everything up. The ideals of like Superman's age are what they want to go back to, but Shazam was like the first one, you know, he comes before Superman, I think, right? Captain Marvel came before.
He was giving Superman those hands, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's magical. They make that point, like you said, magic's gonna hurt Superman with the sword.
Captain Marvel does not come before Superman.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, that's the reason Captain Marvel's even in the DC roster. Ready for a little DC history?
Do it.
Another comic book company at the time, don't remember the name, you can Google it.
Oh, Fawcett Comics, that's what it was called.
Came up with Captain Marvel. DC sued them for likeness, and rather than get any money or get rid of it, they just took the character.
Gotcha.
So DC literally acquired Captain Marvel from this other publication company.
Yeah, and now every
He's
comic has a Superman likeness.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the point too, like the whole Superman likeness, but also like the way Captain Marvel would handle a situation is not like by violence and something Magog would do, you know, like he's gonna save the day and like have a smile on his face. Like
not my Captain Marvel. My Captain Marvel does use violence to handle situations.
Really? That's just Black Adam then.
Captain Marvel fucks people up.
That's why Black Adam's there.
He gives people hands all the time.
He does.
Only people that can take it. Only people that can take it.
Exactly, yeah. Captain Marvel gives hands to enemies.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? He's not like a edgelord. Okay?
He's not out for blood.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he represents the wholesome side of comic book heroes.
Right. I don't know. That's just how I looked at Kingdom Come. Like it was like old school versus new school.
And he was a warped, twisted version of the old school.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm sure in the comics, there weren't Shazam comics in like the 90s and the 80s, right? Like he probably was like on the shelf for a while.
I think he was on the shelf until like the 80s or 90s.
I think so.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's probably a return for him in that. But like maybe like the first time I read it, I didn't know that was Shazam. Like it's just Billy Batson, like you said. It looks like him if you know who it is. But the first time I might have not known.
I didn't know the first time. I was like, this motherfucking twist. Dude, that one, it honestly got me. What a twist. What a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist.
But yeah, dude, it was such a good twist. And making Shazam like a brainwashed monster is kind of crazy and cool.
I don't know why you guys aren't giving him his heroic credit. He literally stops the nuclear warhead.
He does. No, it makes sense that he does that.
Oh, no, for sure. After Superman gets him to a point where even though he was catching hands, Superman fucked him up in the end.
Oh. But it was so badass. He was just like, Shazam, Shazam.
Yeah,
Shazam.
dude, that scene
just,
was like
bolting him.
It's one of like, I would argue that's like one of the coolest few pages of comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
And also that scene reminded me of not that specific part, but you know how like Shazam decides to fly up in the air and save the day. It reminded me of in the book Justice, where Shazam like moves Superman out of the way to fight who are they fighting in space? They're fighting someone, but like he goes to fight in the sun or something. I don't know. There's like a scene in Justice where Shazam it's very similar. Alex Ross painted both of them. I'll have to like
No. He's taking Superman into the sun so as to burn out the brainiac worms that are inside of him.
Yes, there we go. Okay.
And Captain Marvel is the only person who could withstand the sun and not die and still get Superman out of there.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Go.
Shazam's like stupid strong. Like Captain Marvel's supposed to be like incredibly strong. He is almost like
he's
below Superman.
Yeah, I would put him and Black Adam below Superman.
Yeah.
But not by much.
No, not by much at all. It's barely measurable, but if you're a nerd, it is.
Yeah, because Superman was getting that ass beat.
Yeah, he was.
He was getting whooped on, and then he just said, he literally goes like, enough! And then like clamps over his mouth. Could have easily crushed his nog if he wanted to.
Dude, imagine just like Superman rips his jaw off.
Oh.
And he's like, hello, I'm Captain Marvel. Shazam.
Because like even during that fight, like Superman knows, like he's like, I could make a decision right here and now, but it's not like it's I have to make the right one. It's not that he doesn't have the ability. I feel like the whole fight is him trying to figure out, like, until that moment, what should I do? And then he figures out Shazam's got to make the call.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's Superman to me, right? Like he inspires hope in the heroes. That's what he does in this one. He inspires Shazam to do the right. Like he doesn't tell Shazam what to do, but snaps Billy out of it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so Superman doesn't even give him this choice. Superman's like, all right, Billy, are you going to save the people or are you going to save the superheroes? It's your choice. And Billy said, that's too stressful, dog. I'm going to blow myself up. Let y'all figure that out. And he does. And actually, he does take there's a large head count with him.
Yeah, he takes out the superheroes. That's what happens. That's basically the call.
No, not all of them.
No, not all of them, right. But like enough to make a difference, but even Batman says it's still an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know. The story's a little weird. Like there's a lot going on. We are talking all about this, but not even really talking about the Spectre.
Yeah.
Like him showing Norman McKay all this happening.
Yeah.
Who's Alex Ross's dad. That's who he's painted as.
Nice. Jake, are you saying something?
Yes, damn it.
I thought he was just doing like this.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying
what were you
saying? Fuck, what was I saying?
You were doing this, man. You were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spectre.
I thought for me personally, the Spectre was the least interesting part of the story. Like, yeah, it was super like artistic, and I get it, but I just didn't care.
I think I like the Spectre. They didn't do much with him in this.
I liked it, and Norman as the narrator. It did a good job of narrating it.
Yeah.
I mean, it also felt to me, you've read Alex Ross's Marvels, right? And it's the old man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot like that too. I think he just likes old men.
This is definitely like almost you know how like Marvel's is like a tour of the Marvel universe through that perspective. Yeah. I think this was probably made right after. It definitely was made after that, and so DC probably wanted something kind of like that. But I think that's why you get that, because that's what I'm saying. Like they run into so many random characters. You get Deadman for a second. I love Deadman. I wish they would do a Deadman something. He's a cool character.
He's cool.
He just possesses people and does whatever the fuck.
I fucks with Deadman. Cool concept.
And you get the quintessence in this one, which is cool. It's not like the Illuminati, but it's like the main gods in the DC universe.
Ooh, yeah, that was a cool thing. Because, see, that's why the Spectre's useful. You get to see the gods, like the Lantern God and the one from that gives Shazam his powers and everything. They're all like, debating and stuff.
Zeus. I think Zeus is up there.
You also get to see Apocalypse post Darkseid.
Yeah, fucking
Orion.
Orion is now the dude.
He's the ruler of Apocalypse. And then he's like, he ends up being just like Darkseid.
Yeah, he looks like him now too. Like the way he's painted, it's like Darkseid's shape and everything, except he just is like a ginger.
Did you catch a certain cameo?
Which one?
By Alex Ross?
No.
Oh, Alex Ross is the Attorney General of the UN. I caught that.
No. Did you catch another like comic book cameo?
What do you mean?
There's so many.
Like Rorschach is in it.
Rorschach, really?
Yeah, dude. When the Spectre and Norman go to that like other like vigilante dive bar club, where like you see like the Creeper and I don't know, maybe Mr. Negative in the background. Is Rorschach at the bar.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what? Now that you mention it, when they're walking in the street early on, there's a bookstore and you see Under the Hood by Hollis Mason, that book in the window. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess Watchmen are included in this Elseworlds.
Dude, it was so good. Fuck, I had something I wanted to bring up. but it's gone.
You scoundrel.
Okay, so who would you guys cast in this version of everybody?
Who are we
casting?
casting? 'Cause there's a lot of characters. We're just casting the mains, right?
Yeah, we're not gonna cast Rorschach, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Superman. I don't know. I'm down to keep it with Henry Cavill, I guess.
Okay.
Unless you have someone else.
No, I'm down for him.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I would say to change it up. I feel like John Hamm could play any superhero. But I feel like he could play an older, serious Superman that's just like pissed off most of the time, not really trying to be like, oh, I'm a Boy Scout, you know. I feel like he could do that one. I mean, honestly, it should be Christopher Reeve. That's obviously who it should, like a Kingdom Come Superman should be Christopher Reeve if he was still alive. I think that's how like the Alex Ross
envisioned it.
Superman always is.
I don't know if I agree with that.
But I would say John Hamm. I know you guys don't like that choice or any of my choices when we cast, but that's.
I don't hate John Hamm.
Yeah.
I think for Batman, I had three options.
Okay,
I'll give you three. You guys are gonna hate all three of them.
Okay.
Really, if you want to just do like, if you were doing the movie version of this and you wanted to like please all the fans, you would do Michael Keaton as Batman and then Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, right? But if you're not gonna go that route, he kind of looked like the way he was painted in this book, like Sam Neill.
Ooh.
In a way, I feel like
that.
Sam
I
Neill,
can accept that a lot.
right? Like
Sam Neill's older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was thinking Sam Neill, but he's way too old, and it would kind of be cool anyway to see this.
He's old in the comic. He's an old fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking also Clint Eastwood, but he's really old.
Well, Clint Eastwood not like now, but I know what you mean. Like 10, 15 years ago, Clint Eastwood definitely would make a good Bruce Wayne.
Dude, I've got a good one.
Here we go.
Harrison Ford.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that.
Too. I like both.
Or what about him as Green Lantern?
Ooh. Yeah, him as old Green Lantern.
Hal Jordan. Old Hal Jordan.
Yeah, for sure. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Wonder Woman, who you guys doing?
I really think it should be Linda Carter. I feel like she could still do it. Like
she's too old because Wonder Woman's the one that doesn't age.
Yeah, she doesn't age.
Oh yeah, she's not old. You're right.
So we're talking somebody in their 30s.
I don't know.
Somebody
it's
in
too
there.
hard for me.
That's like in great shape. Jack.
Muscular. Yeah. Brittany Griner. I mean, she's tall, she's muscular, she's a WNBA player. We support saving our fellow American citizens here on Comics and Chronic. I don't know. As Wonder Woman, I don't really know.
I don't know either. Who's
Gwendolyn Christie? Give her a shot at Wonder Woman.
Fuck it, why not? Who cares?
Who's Gwendolyn Christie?
Brienne of Tarth.
Who's What? What do you mean?
Brienne?
You
No,
know who
I don't
Gwendolyn
like that
Christie
at
is.
all.
Lucifer herself.
Nah. Nah.
Lex Luthor. Who you getting for Captain Marvel and Lex Luthor?
Ooh.
Captain Marvel, definitely not the dude playing him now. It needs to be a big dude. It needs to be Brock Lesnar. No, I'm kidding. John Cena. You know, I could kind of see that.
I don't know if I like that. I want
Kumail Nanjiani as Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's great. I'm trying to think, dude. Why? Maybe I'm just high. I can't think of anyone right now.
Well, how many Joe Pesci's?
Damn, are we done casting? That was everyone?
Dude, Luther. We need to do Luther.
Jesse Eisenberg for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The classic.
Well, let's throw it back to the GOAT one more time, you know?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think you should pick somebody who's like a little out of shape and beefy for this Luther.
Beefy Luther.
John Goodman.
Ooh, but he's not beefy anymore.
John Goodman. Oh, yeah.
Dude, honestly, I would say John Goodman.
Yeah,
I would like him. Yeah, he could definitely pull off Luther.
He's not like skinny now. He's just like an old and flabby.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Varys should play Lex Luthor. I'm throwing in Game of Thrones people left and right.
That wouldn't be that bad. Honestly. Yeah, you're not a big Game of Thrones kid.
I'm up to season 8 again. I don't know why I did this to myself.
Ooh, wow. I would have. Much like
Stopped.
The Godfather, I would have stopped after a certain point. For The Godfather, you always stop after 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did do that actually. I've never seen Godfather 3, but I have seen 1 and 2.
It's worth watching
It's worth
in the
watching.
sense.
It just doesn't hold a candle to the first 2
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So, how many Joe Pesci's are we giving Kingdom Come?
If I'm like, I know I had some gripes, but like, no question 6.
Wow, you made Jake walk off the podcast with that one. Jake's like, fuck this.
Okay, what about you, Anthony?
Do I want to give it a 6? Like it's the classic, right? It's like Kingdom Come. You can't say.
I'd give it an unquestionable 6.
Yeah, there's nothing to hold it back. Like those things we said at the beginning about all the characters, like that's not taking away Joe Pesci.
No.
Yeah, it's a 6. It's a 6.
Nice.
I like this comic a lot.
Yeah, I would
I'm into
argue.
it. I've
like,
read it many times.
What happened? Did you have an intruder?
Yeah. No, my
Jake
alarm,
just killed a man.
My alarm was going off, so I wanted to turn it off.
Nice.
Time to wake up, sleepy baby.
So wait, what'd you give it? I didn't hear you. What'd you give it?
Unquestionable 6.
Oh, nice. You know what? Based on this entire recording, I wouldn't have guessed that you would have gone with the 6.
Yeah, dude, I would argue it's like one of the best, especially if you're newer in comics. But I'd argue it's one of the best graphic novels you can own.
I agree. And I just think it's cool. And it's cool to like own. Like a man who reads Kingdom Come is a sophisticated man.
Yeah, it gives you like kind of like Anthony mentioned, it like touches on like both what's going on in 90s comics at the time and also like golden age. And it's just like it touches, kind of dips its toes in both worlds. With the art of Alex Ross, you can't ask for better.
Facts. These are literally facts.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Jake, I also gave it a 6. So we need your score.
So you know what time it is, baby.
Is it?
Oh, really? You think I'm going to give it a 6, do you?
Oh.
Is that what you think? Because you're right. I'm giving it a 6, you guys.
Yeah!
I would say Jake is the resident DC fan.
I love the fucking riff. It's so dumb. Yeah, I just think it's for me, it's also just like a prime example of like when DC puts out gold, it puts out fucking gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would argue that like make this one of the top, like one of your first, if you're buying 5 graphic novels to get into comic books, this should be one of them.
I like that.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah, I think you should. I think
Anthony doesn't agree.
I kind of don't agree for a couple reasons.
I
think
was just gonna say top 5 graphic novels right now, but we could wait.
Oh no, that's too hard.
Okay, not top 5.
Shooting from the hip.
Yeah, just shooting from the hip. You're not held accountable for what you say.
Just like if you were to say like, I have a gun to your head. Top 5 graphic novels right now.
Top 5 graphic novels. Okay, but when you say graphic novels, can I say something like that has like it's like a run from like a longer series or like a whole series? Like
yeah, I mean,
guess
if they have it in a collection, I think you can say it.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. I feel like I gotta say, top 5. So like, can I say Sandman? Like the Sandman, does that count?
I would
like,
argue,
as like
for sure, absolutely.
like just the Sandman, all encompassing the Sandmans. Okay, so the Sandman, Watchmen, fucking. This is hard.
Okay, you want to hear some of
1 and 2 is easy.
So mine has those 2 also.
Yeah, I agree. We can agree. Watchmen and Sandman are in there. For me personally, I love Justice. Honestly, almost on art alone. We've talked about it. I'm a huge fan of Justice. I like owning Justice.
I think, yeah, honestly, I think I'd probably do Justice over Kingdom Come. So maybe Kingdom Come would be like 6 or 7.
Agreed.
I think Kingdom Come is a stronger story, but I do personally like Justice more than Kingdom Come. I've reread Justice a shit ton of times. Kingdom Come, I've reread like twice.
Nice. See, this is what I mean. Like, Justice, I think, is a good one to pick up, to have in your collection. And if it's one of your first comics to read, that's cool too, because it has all the people. It's a bit more coherent, I think.
Oh, yeah. Justice is easier to read than Kingdom Come, for sure.
Right. Kingdom Come, it's not that it's hard to read. You get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, you get everyone. It's just that I think you would appreciate it more as like if you like know a bit more about DC history and you've read a few more comics. Not that you won't appreciate it when you first pick it up, you know, like, because like we're saying, yeah, it was one of the first ones we picked up. If you know anything about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, yeah, I think you're going to have a good time. But I would go with Justice over the two, if that's what we're saying. Like,
so yeah, so this is going to be my 5. I'm going to go right now in no particular order: Justice, Sandman, Watchmen, Grant Morrison's X-Men, all new X-Men from the early 2000s, and Saga, because that Grant Morrison X-Men is Jim Lee also.
No, that's Frank Whiteley.
Is it Frank Whiteley?
Yeah.
Ooh, you're right.
Clap back.
You're right.
No Uncanny X-Force on that, Cody? I thought that was one of your top ones.
I would probably put it at like 6.
Okay, fair. Also, I don't think I would put Justice or Kingdom Come in my top 5. I think Justice is in my top 10. I think I might have too many other ones that I'd want to fit in there, but Sandman and Watchmen for sure. And maybe I would say Infinity Gauntlet. I love that. That's a nice 6-issue story. Thanos snapping away half the universe, you know. I think that's a classic, even if it's not like a deep one. It's just what's happening.
Yeah.
So did I give and Saga? Those are my 5.
That's a good top 5. I like that top 5. Jake, do you have any?
Just shooting from the hip. Justice, Watchmen, Long Halloween.
Ooh.
Probably Hush, and then Criminal. Criminal by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Nice.
So yeah, those would be.
I like that.
And if not top 5, they're definitely in the top 10.
Yeah.
For me, DC like gets a lot of my favorite comic books, if truth be told. Like if I were to do my top 10, the majority would be DC.
See, I think DC have a few more in my later, but I also have a few more Marvel. But it's going to be entirely X-Men for like side of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I feel like Grant Morrison's X-Men is so good. It's God tier.
Yeah.
I like that X-Men run a lot. Jonathan Hickman's Avengers might be in my top 5. Yeah, it's got to be. His Avengers run is so fucking good.
You've been talking about that shit for a minute.
Minuto.
I know. When we finally talk about that, maybe we'll get to it in year 5 or something. I don't know,
Year 5.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot to talk about. It's just a long run. But I love it so much for that. It just combines everything I love. But oh fuck, I love. I gotta have a Spider-Man in my top 5.
I don't. Easy don't for me, honestly.
I feel like if you have to think about it, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just firing from the hip.
I've read so many comics, I can't think of. There's so many great ones. Top 5.
It's true. I have read so many comics.
Come on.
You come on, dude. What about Swamp Thing? I'm surprised nobody said Swamp Thing.
That's like a blank spot in my comics reading. I've never read the classic
The
Swamp
Alan
Thing.
Moore Swamp Thing? It's so good. But it doesn't even make my top 10. I'd probably put it at like 11, 12, 13. You know what I mean? Up there, but not.
I feel you.
I feel like I would have to physically look at my entire comic book collection to do my top 10 and be like, oh, this one.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah, I'll think about it and come back maybe next episode.
Sin City, the entire run of Sin City makes my top 10.
Oh, Sin City's a banger.
Have you ever read all of Sin City?
Oh, yeah. Also, like, I mean, even though it's volumes. Sin City's great. Yeah. You want to know some blank spaces in my comic reading?
Yeah, brah.
So I've read From Hell.
I've actually never read From Hell. I've never read that. But I know what it is.
I haven't read From Hell either.
But I don't think I ever finished. What's the one with Natalie Portman movie?
V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta,
I like
really?
V for Vendetta a lot.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't think I've read it all the way through. I think I've started.
I read that book one time.
Ooh.
And years ago.
Same.
I couldn't even more than maybe like 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was one of the first comics I ever read, actually.
Yeah, definitely read it in high school.
Dude, in my top 10 is probably going to be Old Man Logan.
For sure. I love Old Man Logan. I also really like Hulk Ground Zero. Hulk Ground Zero might make my top 10. That'll be my Marvel.
I actually have never read Hulk Ground Zero.
I love Hulk Ground Zero.
Yeah, that's one Jake's been talking about a lot. We should do as well.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
Todd McFarlane, his art.
Well, next we're doing motherfucking Last Ronin, TMNT.
Teenage
Ooh,
Mutant
yeah,
Ninja
nice.
Turtles.
If I'm being honest, this is the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic I've read.
Same. It's gonna be the same for me too.
Nice. It was not for me.
Okay, that's not true. I got some
Ooh.
like single issues that I read a bunch when I was a kid, but I've never like read a run or anything.
Yeah, it was more like the video games and the cartoon for
I
me.
read 2 volumes of the IDW comics. And that was it.
Ooh, so you're gonna be the Splinter of that episode.
There was a lot, even when I was reading Last Ronin, which I love. I was just like, I don't know who some of these people are.
I put All-Star Superman as one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Yes,
Man.
All-Star Superman. That's what I was blanking on. Yes. All-Star fucking Superman, top 5. Top 3, actually. Top 3.
Ooh,
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going that hard.
That's Trey Balzay.
I love that book. All right, let's wrap this episode up. We're already over an hour.
Yeah.
All right,
Come on,
peace, you little
man. Grow up.
farts.
Yeah,
Grow up. Get your act
Yeah.
together. We're
Get
talking
your
about
shit
comic books
together.
here.
Yeah. What are you doing? Listen.
Yeah, come on. We're not always watching shit. We got to read too.
Yeah.
You illiterates.
Well, we love you.
Yeah, after verbally berating.
Told you, love and hate. It's a fine line.
All right, that's it.
See ya. comicsandchronic.com.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.